Okay. So the first thing I did was without servo horn, turned it on, powered on receiver and transmitter, so which centered my servo, then put the horn on as accurate as I could, as having it as straight as possible, as per manual. I then turned all my dual rates and trims off on my controller once they were at 0 and 100 and 100, so that was no starting from scratch. I'll turn this on quickly so I can show. And then what I used to do was edit my EPA, so my endpoint, to where, you know, it just starts to lock out and stretch the servo. But Zach said no. So that used to be like 98 for me, I think 94 or something like that. And Zach said no, don't do it that way. Go a little bit beyond, so it's fully locking the wheels, so there's no play in it on either side. And you'll, at the moment I've got it set so it's not correctly, so it's not showing you, but before, when it's at 120 for instance, you can actually see the shock towers being pushed from the force forward a bit. I'll also show what I did. My sub trim's really weird for some reason. It's at 100 to be complete center, but you can see it's pretty much complete center there. And I've tried to move the horn on the spline one cross to see if it fixes that, but as long as it's center, it doesn't really matter. But because I'm at 118 and I think 116 or something for my endpoints, Zach says he dials it down then in dual rate, so which does evenly across the board, hence dual. So I can actually adjust the dual rate down to get less steering, but I don't want it to be so much on haul more. So I went to 100. That's where it would be like really stressing the servo and like forcing my shock tower forward again and vice versa. But here it's just at full lock, and I can't really demonstrate because I can't hold the controller. But if I do that, maybe. So then there's no real play. I can't force the wheel. Does that make sense? Someone tried to tell me how to do it differently the other night, the guy from Sunny Coast, but I don't know. I think Zach's made logic on how he said it. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm setting up servos incorrectly. Previously it actually had less stress on it, so it wasn't full locking. Like I was saying, I was doing the endpoint a bit less. I was just going to the end of the turn and then stopping it there, where this way I can adjust more steering in, haul out, and have it lock a bit harder. So it's much for adding a little bit more stress on the servo, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts.